Okay. Now what? It says it's excellent, but it's dropping a lot of frames. Okay. Only 5 gigahertz though. Hi Gary. Can you hear this, and does the stream quality look... It can't be good. It's like... I know, I have an idea. The thing I appreciate most of all about you, Gary, is your patience. Pause back up. You're hearing me, but the video's buffering. Okay. Because I'm now seeing in the YouTube live control panel error, YouTube is not rec. Don't know what's happening with the rest. There shouldn't be any more dropped frames. Okay. Live streams are weird. Gaming Wolf, hello. Heisenberg, hello. Alright, I can see Twitch. Every time I go live, it's all sticky tape and hammers. Sure is. Night Owl Gaming, hello! Right. Oh. Now I've got it working, we can quit. I hope it's like that for you, but... as soon as I get something working, it's like, right, done now. Time for some mazes, I hope so. Okay, we have confirmed the stream works, we've confirmed the game works. Okay, let's go home. Right, no, good, fine. Wolfenstein 3D. I've played this a little bit. Watching in VR, because why not? I can think of reasons. No, you know what? If you're comfortable, that's awesome. We're playing Wolfenstein 3D. We're not playing the SNES version, but we are playing it on a SNES Mini. My cat's already ruining this. I have to show you what I see. This is how we're playing this game right now. There she is, look. Minerva, could you cut off the soundbar, darling? Could you please get off the soundbar? What do we do, chat? How do you beat this part of the Wolfenstein 3D experience? I'm sorry to the people watching in VR about that camera movement, by the way. I'll go and move the cat, and then eventually we'll get to play a video. So Wolfenstein 3D, released by id in 1992. This was released after Catacomb 3D and Hovertank, I think. And basically, those games were effectively testing Carmack's new 3D engine. And Wolfenstein 3D was their first sort of proper game with this engine, I guess. And it was very incredibly successful at the time. Minerva doesn't care though. I'll kick her out if she keeps being awful, but she really likes sitting on the soundbar. My experience with this game is minimal. I remember playing this game briefly not too long after it came out, like at a friend's house. His dad had a computer, it had a 286, and we went and checked it out. Yes, this game is only legally playable in Germany since 2019. This version, okay? The SNES version of Wolfenstein 3D, which this isn't, again, was never banned. Imagine that, having only the SNES version of Wolfenstein 3D. It says we've got to read this. Control shoots. Yep. I love these. I love the old shareware read this. You can read that if you want. But yeah, the story of... Do you know, Heisenberg, the story of how this became legal in Germany? Because it's really funny. Because I'm in Germany, and I can legally play and stream this now, since 2019. I couldn't have legally played and streamed this. If I'd streamed this before 2019, maximum 3 years in prison. Cool. So the reason Wolfenstein 3D eventually did become legal in Germany as of 2019, I'm going to just start playing the game while I'm talking to you about this, because the first part of the game isn't super interesting anyway. The reason, don't hurt me, because Wolfenstein 3D is hard, the reason that this became legal in Germany, or the way this became legal in Germany, was because of the 2017 federal election. And basically, in 2008, games in Germany were officially declared art. Sorry to people watching this in VR, this game is very fast. You may want to stop watching it in VR. Yeah, so in 2008, all games legally became art. And that means, because they became art, they could legally display unconstitutional symbols. You know, swastikas and the like. And that's cool, but there was no reason for anyone to sort of revisit Wolfenstein 3D and get the rules changed on Wolfenstein 3D until the 2017 election, when the public broadcaster published a game, a web browser game called Bundesfighter 2 Turbo. Bundesfighter 2 Turbo, Federal Fighter, basically. Featuring the party leaders who were up for election. And the character for the AFD, whose name I've forgotten, but it doesn't really matter, he was one of the founding members of the AFD. One of his moves, his jumping kick, basically involved him contorting his body into the shape of a swastika. Now, obviously, this would be, you know, an unconstitutional symbol. But the game was allowed. And the reason the game was allowed, and this unconstitutional symbol was allowed, is because web browser games weren't rated. So the German ratings organisation, USK, didn't have to give a rating for browser games to be published. So that's how it got through, effectively. Now, an organisation of gamers in Germany complained to the Attorney General that how come this game is allowed? This game's got a swastika in it. Surely this game shouldn't be allowed. The reason they did that isn't because they really liked the AFD and they, you know, were far right or whatever. The reason they did it is because they thought games should be able to display unconstitutional symbols. And what they have here is a game that was allowed to display it. Oh, I love your videos so much. My dad even watched your arcade video with me. Watching videos are relaxing for me. I love it. Can't wait for more videos. Give it a go. Oh, that's really nice. Suggest lowering game audio. Yes, absolutely. So, the Bundesfighter 2 Turbo used a swastika and was allowed to use a swastika, and this group of gamers basically complained to the Attorney General, tried to take the game to court. The reason they did it is to create a legal precedent, because the last legal precedent was a court case in 1998 which saw the ban upheld, basically. Because in 1998, games weren't art. Germany's a funny country. So that was the last legal precedent. To create a new legal precedent, this gaming group wanted to go to court, basically. But the Attorney General declined to take the case, because the reasons that he gave were because games are art, remember from 2008, they can display a swastika, so there's no need to go to court to argue that they can't, or that Bundesfighter 2 Turbo should be taken down or whatever. And he said that the court ruling from 1998 was now outdated, since games became art in 2008. So they didn't get the precedent that they wanted, but what happened instead was the ratings organisation, I have no idea where I'm going in this game, by the way, was that the ratings organisation got the ruling from the Attorney General that he wasn't going to investigate, and that was enough for the ratings organisation, the USK, to update their rules regarding unconstitutional symbols like this guy here. Meaning that you can now display them in games, and I can legally stream Wolfenstein 3D. That was in 2018. The reason it then took until 2019 is because the ratings organisation would regularly re-rate games. They have like a regular appointment when they do it. They re-rate banned games based on any new rules that have changed since last time. And so the next time a review came around in 2019, Wolfenstein was declared legal and given a rating. That was it. It was declared legal in 2018, but they didn't actually rate it until 2019, and that's when you could buy it on Steam. So yeah, really weird that this little game developed just to make fun of a bunch of politicians before the 2017 election is the reason that I'm able to play this now. It's fun, isn't it? Mein Leben. Sound effects are still quite loud. Alright. I think what I'll do is lower the sound in game a little bit. Simple but very fun game, sure is. Sure is fun. Like, this game holds up really well, despite the sort of simple engine and everything. Obviously, it can only display right angles and stuff like that. But what they had with this was speed, you know? Like, this was... When this came out, the only, like, 3D games that existed before this, really, were stuff like the Ultimate games, you know? Sort of very, very slow first-person RPGs. But Romero had this idea to recreate the classic arcade game Castle Wolfenstein as a fast-paced 3D action game. That was what they did. I'm accepted. Feel like this game more than 2 recent Wolfenstein games. Oops, nearly died. I think probably I should save and go and find some health. I don't have much experience with Wolfenstein games generally. Like, I think I've tried several at different times and never actually really sat down and been like, okay, I'm going to complete this. You know, it's just like, open it up, play about for a bit, like, yeah, that's cool. No one's feeding these skeletons, that's kind of an issue for me. Return to Castle Wolfenstein is my favourite, and the new one's like New Order, for its 2009 version. I don't know. Very little experience. I feel like at the time that this came out, it was controversial for sure. But I think now the most sort of uncomfortable part of it for me is shooting. Because we know what's going on, you know. We know that these are actual Nazis that we're fighting, and the game doesn't shy away from that. Doom had a bigger impact than Wolfenstein. It did. But because Doom had a massive impact, we forget what impact Wolfenstein had. In terms of, yeah. This is the game that convinced me that, yeah, maybe we should all just have maps from now on. Yep, this and Metroid. Although, because this is EC Wolf, look what I can do. Because I'm not very experienced with this game, I played it like a bit back in the day on my friend's dad's office computer. I'm not really used to the control scheme, and the you know, you can only strafe when you're holding down a button, all of that stuff. So I quite like EC Wolf. Because it gives me circle strafing. Which is cheating, by the way. If you want the original Wolfenstein 3D, there we go, full health. If you want the original Wolfenstein 3D experience, Reflections, I think it's called, is the source port that doesn't give you any help. It just gives you, like, Wolfenstein 3D that works on modern systems. But this is EC Wolf ported to the SNES Mini Classic. So yes, there's a source port. It's probably the first video game where I could actually shoot someone else in first-person view. Yeah, probably. There were 3D games before this, like I said, Catacomb 3D, but you weren't shooting with that. Casting spells. And in the Hover Tank 3D one, you were tank. I think this was probably the first game where you could run around and shoot people with a gun. If anyone knows any different, sound off. Most of its use benefit looks bring and looks great. The enemy placement in this game is unique. Like, you have to kind of check your corners. But this was the best-selling shareware game of 1992. I don't know how much that means, though, honestly. Hey, that's cool. Yeah, you can alert them with a single shot in the room that they're in. Yeah. I think think they hear you from like one room away as well or something, or do they not hear you through doors? But yeah, like certainly firing once from your room is a thing you can do. One thing is though, the USK didn't just say, okay, we can have like unconstitutional symbols in games now. They said they decide on a case-by-case basis what's okay and what isn't. So I think what that basically means is that Wolfenstein 3D is fine, but it wouldn't be fine if you were playing as the Nazis. That's just Minerva. No. No. She's going for the soundbar again. I was trying to stream when you're a parent. I love the treasure noises, yeah. I kind of dig that as well, like, she's on the soundbar. It's really funny how video gamey Wolfenstein 3D is. With the lives, with the score, with the little like boop boop noise when you pick stuff up. You gonna go now? You gonna leave? Yeah, you are. She's had her 2 chances, the cat's out now. Because we went from Wolfenstein 3D and Arcade Demonstration just appeared with Doom. Yeah. I'm new here. I have to watch your YouTube respective. Hi, Christopher. Welcome. This is... yeah. It's funny they went straight from this to Doom and immediately lost all of like the... what at the time was like traditional gamey stuff. You know, they took out the lives, they took out the score, they took out the... and that sort of sound effect when you pick stuff up. Yeah. And that set the sort of model for first-person gaming going forward. Because first-person action games were new, right? No one knew how to do them. So they just did the same things they were doing in the 2D action games. If anyone knows where to go, by the way, do by all means tell me. So they were just doing the same thing they did in 2D action games because, you know, why should there be a difference? But for some reason there is. And that reason, I think, specifically, is Doom. Because if you think about it, like, why should Super Mario Brothers have lives and not Wolfenstein 3D, right? Like, what's the difference? There is, but why is there? Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Come in here. You need to, though. Yeah, seriously. Alright. In here. In through here. The original didn't have a map. But we do. We've got a map and circle strafing because I never got used to playing Wolfenstein 3D the old way, so when I actually did try and play it, like recently, I just found it too difficult to control, too frustrating to control, and that was a barrier to me playing the actual game. So, yes, playing a source port with a map and strafing is cheating. And I'm going to keep doing it because it's how I think I give myself the best chance of enjoying the game. And really, that's what matters. This map's giving me a lot of health, isn't it? I love this game until the mutants with the gun in their chest show up. Alright. That was a lot of health gone from that one shot. Game's not messing about, is it? No secrets in here? Guess not. Nope. How are you even playing it? Not an actual SNES. This is a source port of EC Wolf, and it's playing on the SNES Mini there. Yeah, I bought the game from Good Old Games. For like €1 it was on sale. And was very disappointed that it came with DOSBox, because DOSBox is such a horrible way to try and play Wolfenstein 3D. I had all sorts of problems trying to like get the mouse to move properly and stuff like that. I'm just going to try and find it. So there's loads of it. So source ports are definitely the way to go for Wolfenstein 3D, and depending on how authentic you want to be, you either go for EC Wolf, which this is, or for Reflections. Kills. That's what I said, we're doing one thing only. Would like a quick save. This game's giving me a Duke Nukem for some reason. I used to love Duke Nukem 3D. It's the only game I ever made maps for. Well, I love old 3D engines. I think it was really interesting the way they sort of overcame the limitations of the systems they had at the time in completely different ways. Like, it's amazing to me that Rise of the Triad was built on this engine. You know, like with some upgrades and stuff, but Rise of the Triad is also just all right angles. It doesn't feel like it. You know, it's got these like big outdoor areas and stuff, but do you plan to play Spear of Destiny in the mission pack? We will see. I make no promises on that. I don't have very much. How do I get there? I can't blow these up in this game. Oh, there we go. I don't have very much experience with Wolfenstein 3D at all, so I'm gonna... Big old gun. So I'm gonna play this for a little bit, see how it goes, and decide if I want to play more or not. But I think I would be more keen to go from this into Rise of the Triad, because that's another game that I've not given the chance it deserves. If I remember right, all of the weapons in this do the same damage that was firing from these. I remember hearing that, so I don't know for sure it's true. Nope, just bones. This game did like dead ends, didn't it? Okay, we haven't been this way yet. Leben! Said no German ever, I'm sure. Now, Duke Nukem 3D I did spend a lot of time with. And I really got to know the build engine, making levels for it. It was like, it was my favourite engine to make levels for. Like I tinkered about with Doom, but I found it much too limiting. But then when I looked at the Quake engine, like, okay, this is too much, right? You can just place things in 3D space. I was like, okay, this is it now. You can just represent anything. And that's boring. I really liked the build engine for how you had to work around its limitations of what it could do, but you could still do an awful lot with it if you were clever. And that was interesting. You know, there was a very interesting challenge designing for the build engine. It was lovely. Build engine started with Ken's Labyrinth, yes. Which I think ended up looking not too dissimilar to yes, very good. Which ended up looking quite similar to this, I think. Ken's Labyrinth. It's been years and years since I looked at it. Build engine still being used today, of course, with Ion Fury, is it? Very cool game that came out recently and uses the build engine. Somewhat updated, of course, but yeah, Ken Silverman was a wizard. I remember like messing about with making levels for Blood as well, like absolutely fantastic engine. But it wasn't the Doom engine, and it obviously wasn't the Wolfenstein 3D engine, and other engines existed at the time that I can't remember anything about. But it was really interesting seeing how they did the same thing differently, like give you a 3D game from a first-person perspective, but with different sets of limitations, stuff. Even in Wolfenstein 3D, you could move walls in ways that you couldn't in Doom. Yeah. Still wish Duke Nukem Forever was just left to rest in peace instead of being brought out where it was. Yeah. I get it. Like, that could have done with, like, remaining a legend, couldn't it, really? I remember, you know, like being so hyped for Duke Nukem Forever when it was first announced, like when the last, you know, when we were still playing Duke Nukem 3D. We had no idea back then, like, how long we'd have to wait for it and how disappointed we'd all be when it eventually turned up. Basically, CNF beta leaks are interesting. Like looking up the history of Duke Nukem Forever is really interesting. And getting YouTubers and does really cool. Yeah, I remember we used to post on the was the website even? No, I think it wasn't the 3D Realms forums. There was another website we used to post on, which I think might actually been called Duke Nukem Forever, where we like shared Duke Nukem 3D maps, talked about mapping and stuff like that, 3D. And there was a lot of talk about Duke Nukem Forever and the hype train and sharing all the like grainy clips of E3 and stuff like that. Got the map. I'm starting to hate again. Yeah. I don't mind it, you know. I don't mind it because it's fun to look back. And the older you get, the more you get to look back on. I guess this is the start. Duke Nukem Forever's game engine was changed frequently throughout its development. Yeah, it was. And what was it to start with? I think it was Quake 2 to start with, and then they went to Unreal. But yeah, really, Duke Nukem Forever is a lesson in the dangers of future. Started with Half-Life, I think, because Half-Life came out and just changed everything about how first-person shooters should work and the expectations of them. And that in turn changed Duke Nukem Forever's development. Because George Broussard was like, I want this and this and this and this and this and this and everything. And then first was Quake 1, then Quake 2, then Unreal. I think you're right. Need to get a chance to play through Hexen and finish Blood. Yeah, you do. I was playing this game at 8 years old, and even I knew it was miles better than anything else on NES. I think that's why we weren't supposed to, you know. Way too young for this. But, yeah. But yeah, like at the time this came out, it was the NES, wasn't it? No, it was 1992. So SNES was about, was it? No, SNES just happened. This came out around the same time as the SNES. But yeah, this was amazing and remains so. Because John Carmack's literally a wizard. This plays differently than other first-person shooters because you actually want to, you actually want to keep your distance because they do. I remember reading that enemies do more damage when they're up close. Which is weird, really. Like, I can't imagine the difference between a bullet hitting you from here and from here as being, like, significantly different. I mean, I don't know. I've never been shot. I've only been to America twice. Yeah, that feels secret. The thing about this game, which I feel like they probably could have done better, is the secrets don't really feel all that special most of the time because I've got all the guns. And like, what can secrets give me? Like, points. that secret has another secret with a 1-up on it. What, this one? I guess you mean the other one. Oh no, this isn't a secret. I'm silly. I suppose 1-ups matter if you're not like saving the game. We're still on, aren't we? So I'm a little bit distracted right now because I've got a notification saying my backup server's down, which is fine. I'm not running an off-site backup at the moment, but what that means is that it's probably going to restart itself before the stream, so I have to keep an eye on it in case it comes back up, so I can stop it. One-ups give you health and ammo back. Oh, okay. It's all stuff that I don't know about. Thank you for bearing with me while I do something. Because I have a this is a little bit silly. I have a script on my NAS that restarts a virtual machine that runs my offsite backups, and I'm getting very worried that I can't contact it, which means that at some point it might get rebooted. So I'm just stopping that script and stopping the virtual machine entirely, and then back to Wolfenstein 3D. Because you've all had too much patience with this stream already, really. Or had to have too much patience with this stream already. So having it go down again is not what we want. Where was that secret? So I want to get back to it and find that 1-up. Favorite build engine games? Yeah, someone else say first. While I try and find. I would definitely like the ammo aspect. Of finding this one. I was 12 when this came out, when I was exposed to Doom first, sitting in front of the screen, wearing paraphernalia in the dark, and doing armor. Yeah, actually, the box for the SNES version of Doom, what was it? A virtual reality connection. That's just what the word meant back then. Even in the 90s, like, we knew what virtual reality was, but it was a bit weird that occasionally 3D games got caught up in it. Yes, we did it! There's just life in there, though. There's no 1-up. Oh well, never mind. Right, okay. Mine are Blood and Duke, Shadow Warrior came close. I would probably say Duke Nukem 3D, then Blood, then Iron Fury. But a lot of that's sentimental. Wow, they really could make some mazes, couldn't they? I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at this. That's where I started. I'm so bad at this again. No, that's not where I started. That's the exit where I still need to find the key. This is where we were. We are on track. Anyone brave enough to try Daikatana? Did. Not for long. Remember the advertising of Daikatana though. John Romero is going to make you rich. He did not, as it turned out. Don't think we've been this way. Oh, okay. This game's amazing. Is the Game Boy Color version of Daikatana good? That's interesting. I tried the Nintendo 64 version, I think, and it was not good. Now, where was, I don't think it's through this way, where was that door? That's the bedroom. This map is inadequate. It's better than nothing, but bedroom again. It doesn't help that I'm terrible at reading maps. There we are. We did it. No Nazi castle can hold me. Good night, Christopher Lawrence. Hey, Simulator 1992, sure is. I suppose... No, that doesn't count, right? Because we're talking about what first-person games... What was the first-person game that let you run around and shoot people in the face? And that's the criteria. You can run, shoot people. And I was wondering if, like, does Faceball meet that criteria? But they're not really people, are they? MIDI maze, that's what it's called. Oh, we are like super low on ammo. This map is tricky, they can ambush you on this map. Yeah. I'm leaving. Feels like it. Anyway, I was saying there were things that I feel like they could have done with this game that wouldn't have been like any additional like burden on the engine or whatever. It would be give us 2 ammo types, right? Or like 1 extra weapon. Yeah. Well, I ran away from the room with the pillars as soon as I could. Yeah, it's tasty ammo. found any secrets in this level yet either, I don't think. It seems really random how much damage you do to enemies when you shoot. Is it literally random? Okay. Staying away from those pillars. You go down the hallway with the pillars, ain't you? No, the pillars. Yeah, I'm staying away from the pillars. There, the shot. You're right, they do ambush you a bit on this level, don't they? Well, there was an exit somewhere, wasn't there? Yeah, no secrets, no treasure. Sad times. That's the other thing with this, right? Is the story is basically BJ Blazkowicz is escaping from Castle Wolfenstein. Is he just going to just grab as much treasure as he can on his way out? See Huey Biller's aggro and chase you around. It's really interesting, isn't it? Like, that's obviously deliberate that they've designed it to do that. That's another way, like, that I guess they've designed some really interesting encounters within the engine limitations. Kind of like how Doom used to mess about with like monsters hidden behind walls and stuff like that. I guess that's the Wolfenstein 3D version of that. No. Bad nuts. Hey, there's a life. We did it. We found one. But even in the 90s and even on a 286, I remember this game still playing went really well, really fast. I think the first time we played it, we had to we had to reduce the screen size a bit to make it run full speed, but it's still very cool. Stop it. Right, where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? It's the door we came through, I think. Okay, yeah, I guess that's it then. I guess this is just like quarters or something. And that's where we actually need to be going. Another secret. It's a secret to everybody. Another secret. Another secret. I'm sensing a pattern. Oh, no, they messed with the pattern. I'm a bit concerned about this. Okay. Well, good. I was worried I was going to find a room full of SS or something at the end of it. Maybe the sound effects were only play about 30 times or so, and then they would stop if I used sound effects. Really? I think the first time I played it, there wasn't a sound. I think it was just PC speaker. That's pretty good. Yeah. Music in this is really good. This looks like the level from Doom 2 with the cyber demon through this door, so what am I going to get through this door? You stuck in there, bud? There's ammo somewhere, right? Because I don't think I'm going to beat him with this knife. Hans Gross. Gold coin left wall, thank you. Where are you? Hooray! Thanks, Death Ray. There he goes. Yeah! That's quaint. You win! That was a good video game. Congratulations, you run out of the castle and hook up with the underground. They inform you that the rumours were true. Some hideous human experiments. I just realised my keyring switched on. Just switched on in my pocket, look. This is hard to play on stream. It's very warm. Right, experience so seen around Castle Hollowhammer, so Operation Eisenfaust is real. Someone in German want to tell me? You must journey there and terminate the maniacal Dr. Schabs before his undead army marches against humanity. The German names are quite fun. And in episode 3, Hitler rides in his Titanic bunker as the Third Reich crumbles about him. It's your job to assassinate him, ending his mad reign. And if you like Wolfenstein, you'll love the prequel trilogy of nocturnal missions, 30 more action-packed, super challenging levels. Cool. Yeah, I have a keyboard, I have a SNES controller. Yeah, first episode. Right, I actually really dig these, so the read this, we're going to spend a little bit of time on this. His escape from Nazi imprisonment is the stuff of contemporary legend. Yep. See, here in other tales of our hero and his nighttime assault on the wages of chemical war, his assignment to eliminate Otto Giftmacher. Does anyone know? That means poison maker. Gift is poison, Macher maker. The creator of the weapons, the certified plans to the Giftkrieg, poison war. Yep, or poison war, yep. His final battle against the man Orgensing, which I think is German for organising, the insidious war. I like this. General Fettgesicht. You take a guess? Means fat face. This is the tale of how B.J. Blazkowicz became a symbol of freedom and justice, how he stood against untoward odds and dealt the enemy a crippling blow. You've got a gun and a deadly mission ahead. Good luck. Alright. In Wolfenstein 3D, you can use the keyboard, mouse, joystick, or Gravis PC gamepad, which I guess this is. Yep. When using the mouse or joystick, button 1 to shoot, button 2 to strike. With a 3-button mouse, you can open doors. Health stuff. You get a free guy every 40,000 points. Yep. About id software. Yes, that's id, as in the id, ego, and superego in the psyche. For under $12 a game, you can get the hottest, fastest texture map game available. How can you beat that? We'll answer that question in a few months. You all read these? These are amazing. Legends, all of them. Also, people. Bobby Prince, yes, good. Yep. Die Führer Die is German for the leader, the. If this ain't yours, register now for all 3 exciting adventures, all digitized sound, new graphics, enemies, cool 16-page manual, the secret sheet password. Shall I ring them up? Does the Super Nintendo Mini Classic take 5.25 or 3.5 inch discs? Yeah, all of that stuff. Ink book. Prefer to find battle with General Fettgesicht. Spear of Destiny for $35. Yeah. Check out these great shots from Spear of Destiny. I mean, it looks a lot like Wolfenstein 3D. I can use my fax machine. Print out the order.frm file. The official Apogee BBS. I have to check that out. Get the latest Apogee games. Oh, okay, they're on AOL, so I guess we can just use AOL. Alright. Foreign customers. The following screens list our dealers outside the United States. Australia, Canada, and the United Kingdom. No, not in Germany, though. Australia, Canada. Okay, precision software applications in Croydon. Oh, they didn't have the pound symbol, they just did that sort of hash symbol. A friendly reminder, don't steal our stuff. Quotes from the id guys. Adrian Carmack, best $20 I ever spent. John Carmack, this new texture mapping engine for EA is ancient already. I want to work on the holographic world stuff. Okay. Jay Wilbur, definitely a 5 something damn it game? I don't know what you could put there. 3 characters. Nope. It had to be 4 for all of the words that I know. By the way, episode 1, 520. What do you mean you have to do a commercial version? Didn't we just finish 60 levels? What's Aliens Ate My Babysitter? Anyone know Aliens Ate My Babysitter? Does anyone pay $90 in 1992 for the Super Keen Fun Pack? Alright. Cool. We are going to continue playing this. But I am also going to take a short stream break to feed the cats. Hello. I think we've lost pretty much everyone off the stream when I took that break there. Do other streamers not take breaks? Hi Gaming Wolf, good to see you. Yeah, we've definitely lost a few, especially on YouTube. Operation Eisenfaust. Cool. New textures. Okay, there's zombies now. Zombies with guns in their chests. That's what we were talking about earlier. Turn the volume up slightly here. Is episode 2 like quite a lot harder? It should be. I feel like it should be a secret, really. It's like the old, like, Nazi super soldiers thing, isn't it? But it seems kind of unimaginative of the Nazis to be like, let's raise the dead and put guns in them. Do they shoot when they Zeke high? Yeah, okay, fair enough. Ah. Alright. Yeah, it feels like there's definitely a bit of a different spike going on here.